What is going on, everyone? Let me just check everything real quick. Okay, mic is working. Camera is working. Boom. All right. Audio looks good. Let me just double check this setting that I turned off last night. Can everyone hear me okay? Am I quiet right now? I switched a setting in the StreamYards that I have never played with before. And basically it was reduce mic background noise and echo cancellation. It's a little quiet. Okay, give me 1 second. Let's turn that. Seems a little low. Okay, let's go. Let's do that. And then let's go here. Yeah, it should sound a little clearer now because let me go to my gain. Oh, I don't know how that got down. Okay. Is that too hot? Is that too hot, or does that sound good? Let me just pull up the stream and let's hear it real quick. Streaming. Testing. Okay. Streaming. I think we're good. I think we're good now. Okay. If anybody says it, if anyone still thinks it's low, let me know, but that should do the trick. I have more to go on both StreamYards and my mixer, but I just don't want to go too high. Save those settings. Somehow my gain got turned down in the mixer app. But I also turned off some settings on StreamYards that were making the audio probably not sound as good as they could have been. Come here. Get up here. Get up here, baby. Up. Up. Get up. Up. I still got her little chair bed set up so she can be next to me. Up. Up. Oh, you spoiled little brat. Oh. Spoiled. Instead of jumping up, she makes me pick her up half the time. All right. Ella should be here within a few minutes. She had something come up, so she's just running a few minutes behind. No big deal at all. So she'll be here very shortly, which gives us time to say hi to everybody in the chat. And let me check one more thing. Gives us time to say hi to everyone in the chat before we begin the video anyways. So worked out well. I'm going to say hi to everybody in the chat. I just wanted to check one thing. And I am wearing my AirPods for the audio that I will be hearing. So when we're playing videos, my audio will go through my AirPods. So we'll see if that makes Sadie a little bit more calm. She'll hear me talking only instead of thinking that I'm conversing with somebody. I did set up stream elements like buff weed. Oh, holy shit. I don't think that was a command that automatically made that come up. I guess it's just working the way it should. Okay, so stream elements is set up now. So buff weed can stop badgering me about that. It is, and it seems to be working. Yay. All right, let's scroll back, say hi to everyone in the chat. By the time we're done with that, Ella will probably be here within a minute or two. Donna, what's going on, Donna? Thank you for being here. Donna's been a really good supporter. Thank you. Aria, what's going on? Another really good supporter. Aria, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Ghost, what is going on, Ghost? Yay, less than 10 minutes away. We're getting heavy rain right now, so I'm hoping my internet doesn't go wacko. I wish we were getting heavy rain. I love rain, but this time of year, it's just snow. I can't wait until spring weather comes, and we're getting some nice warm weather with some rain. And today we're going to be going over Shannys mom and dad video. They set the record straight. So we're going to go over that. I haven't fully watched through that video in probably 3 years, maybe 2 years. I've seen bits and pieces here and there recently, but not through the whole thing. So we're gonna go through that today. Jess 1129, good afternoon. Thank you for being here. Jennifer G20, hello. Raven Elise, thanks for something to listen to. Yeah, I love putting on YouTube when I'm going to sleep. I just let it play and I pass out. Sherry says, hello, welcome in. CJ, what's going on, CJ? I hope you're having a good day, man. Looks like a UFC matchup. I love it. Yeah, the thumbnail. Yeah, I last minute threw that together. Jennifer, oh, I already got Jennifer G. Courtney, what's going on, Courtney? I love watching Ella and Ryan collaborate. They're adorable together. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a good time, and there's a dog barking somewhere in the back, and Sadie is reacting to it. Why does Stream Elements Streambot running? Learn how to customize the bot here. I already did customize the bot. Why are you putting that in my chat? Alzy, good morning. Afternoon here. Good morning where you are. C with the 413. What's going on? I got to remember to keep looking back at StreamYards to see if Ella pops up. Angry American, what's going on? Welcome in. Oh, Hamburgers, hello, welcome in. Plum 94, what's going on? Welcome in. Gorgor Girl, hello. Just jump to the bottom. Gorgor, okay, I think I'm where I'm left off. I think I am where I left off. Shannon, what's going on, Shannon? Thank you for being here. Jonathan Rush, hello, welcome in. Rye, we love you, but you know Sadie's the real star, right? Trust me, I know. She knows too. Trust me, she knows. It's funny when we are like when we're outside and I'm walking her and Sadie sees a person, and if that most people are like, oh my God, blah, 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 and they want to come up and pet her. If somebody like snuffs her and they're like, when she sees people, she starts like wiggling and her tail is just like, her tail is a whip. And I mean, look at this thing. Hang on, I got to turn the camera down. And when she like poofs it up, it gets like super fluffy, but her tail is like a goddamn whip. But yeah, I know she's the real star of the show. But what I was saying was if she sees somebody out in public and they kind of like snuff her and they don't want to come up and pet her when she sees them and she gets all wiggly, she immediately gets like upset about it. And she's like, I'm cute as shit. Like, how could you do that to me? Okay, where did I leave off in chat? But yeah, C with the 413. I know that. Love Sadie, give her a hug from me. We had to put down our sweet baby boy. Oh, Plum. I am so sorry, Plum. That is awful. I know people like, there's a lot of people that don't understand if they're not an animal person or they just don't give a shit. But to me, like a cat or a dog is literally like having a child. So when you have to put them down, it's difficult. I'm really sorry, Plum. I'm sure it was for the best, but it doesn't make it any easier. My childhood dog was 17 when we had to put him down, and he couldn't walk anymore, and he was in pain from his hips, and it was still like it's still just like you do it, and then you're still like, did I make the wrong choice? Like, did I kill a dog that didn't have to die? And it's hard. It's hard. You accidentally removed your message, Shannon? No big deal. I still saw your name there. Thank you. Welcome in, Shannon. Phil's lobotomy. What's going on, Phil? Ryan and Ella. Yes, I am waiting on Ella now. She had something come up, but she is going to be here. She's just running a little bit behind, fashionably late. Jennifer G. Oh, hamburgers. Chad just skipped on me again. That's a cool purple shoe. Which one? Who said that? That's cool. Mongoose sister, welcome in. Are you talking about this one here or that one over there? That is a that's a Kobe Air Force One, and that is a Jordan 12 purple fields. Hope everyone's having a great Sunday. Have a fabulous Valentine's Day. Thank you, Phil. Phil, you seem like a really fucking nice guy. We're actually going to be, the video we're going over is from Phil's channel. So momentarily here, we will show Phil's channel. If you're not subscribed to Phil's Lobotomy, you're definitely going to want to check him out. We'll show him here shortly. Let's see. You can call me Maurice. Hello, welcome in. Am I missing anybody? Andrea Aussie, hello. Andrea Aussie, welcome in. She's literally got her head on my desk now. Oh, we got a guest star over here. Hang on. Can I get her on camera? Steve, what are you doing? Don't mind my wire mess. She's just popping up. Okay, where were we? Ruby, hello, Ruby, welcome in. Just had a mystery flavored Dum Dum Pop that tastes like a fruity donut. That actually sounds good. Oh, Aria, the 1080 looks, but you guys can tell the difference with the 1080p. Yeah, if you guys go to your settings on the stream, like if you're on a phone, just click the stream and you'll see the little settings button. Click it, go to quality, and then switch to 1080p, and you should be streaming in 1080. That should make the video quality a little bit better. I am finally streaming in 1080. Donna, I got Donna, Aussie Mongoose. Okay, let me. Goldilocks, hello, welcome in. Ella will be here shortly, guys. Ella will be here shortly. Chapped ass. Chapped ass, welcome in. Love the name. Life as a music gamer, hello, welcome in. I feel like I'm missing people. Am I missing it? If I missed you, I apologize. Comment again and I will get you. It's just sometimes when I scroll up, the chat likes to jump all the way down to the bottom. And then when I go back up, I don't know if I got all the way back up to where I was. Oh, I see it coming up here. Andrea, my sweet Poppy passed away in September. At the beach, she'd collect humans. Oscar would collect other dogs to play with. At the beach, she'd collect. Andrea, if you're, I mean, either way, oh, a Shih Tzu. Okay, so it was a dog. Andrea, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about your dog. It sucks. And you'll always remember them. I had to put down a 2-year-old pit bull when I was 21 years old. Rescued the dog was 1 when I rescued him from a shelter. 11 months after having him, he just turned 2. We were at the dog park, and he literally ate something sharp on the ground at the other end of the dog park, and it sliced his fucking intestine. I got him to the vet, and they said it was going to be $18,000 for surgery, and he had like a 20% chance of survival, even if I did pay for the surgery, which when I was 20, I didn't have that much money. But even if I did, it was only like a 20% chance of survival. If he survived, then there was like a 50% chance of another surgery needing to be done after. So I had to put him down. And I still think about that dog often, and that was 13 years ago. So it's something you never forget. Goldilocks, so you're Ella's friend? Yes, I am Ella's friend. Let me see if Ella, let me see what Ella said. Yeah, she's had a crazy morning. She said she was setting her stuff up about 10 minutes ago. So she has the stream. Did I send the StreamYard link? Imagine if I didn't send the StreamYard link. That's the right link, right? Let me double check the link. Yep. Okay. She's got the link. And as soon as she is able to get situated, she'll be in here. Allsy, I never went back. If you're talking about a dog park, you're scared of those. I didn't go to a dog park for 12 years. And finally, for the first time in 12 years, I brought Sadie to a dog park like 6 months ago, but I kept her on the leash. I walked around the whole dog park, like scoured the grounds to make sure there was nothing. And that before I let her free in the park. But yeah, this dog parks can be scary. Do I wear my shoes that are on display? So it depends on the shoe. About 30% of the shoes that nothing you see back here is for resale. Anything I resell is in another room. So about 30% of the shoes I purchase, I resell and make profit off them. And then the 70% I'm left with, I would say 40% of those I wear and 30% of those I haven't worn yet, or I wear them like one time a year. Like the sneakers that are up here, that's a Travis Scott, the new Travis Scott fragment that came out like 3 months ago. It is worth a lot of money on the resale market. I haven't wore those yet. I'll wear them once summer comes. These back here are Travis Scott High, the original Travis Scott fragment High. Those are from like 6-7 years ago. Those are still brand new. Those are the original Travis Scott Low fragment. I have worn those probably 10 times. Travis Scott Jordan, I've worn those. And all the Travises that are down in here, I have worn 1 or 2 times. So there's only a handful of shoes that I haven't worn once. And those shoes are worth like a lot of money. So it's really hard for me to actually put them on foot and wear them out on the street. We love our pets just like we love our kids, right? I mean, like, come on, look at this. I wouldn't even let I wouldn't be letting my kid lay on my desk right now. I'd be like, all right, come on. You can't be on my desk. Like, sit back in the chair. But because it's my puppy, it's like, I don't have any kids. So I say that without having any kids. But if I had kids, maybe it'd be different. But I'm just letting her lay right on my desk. Who gives a shit? She runs the show. She runs the show. Ella just texted me. Let me see. I'll see what she said here. I saw a comment. I won't go to the dog parks. No way. I've had bad experience with the owners. Yeah, it's all the dogs. It's all the dogs. It's the owners. And there are dogs. Okay, Ella is having issues with her mic. 1 second. I just asked her if she's ever just come on with her cell phone because if she's having issues with her setup, her phone might just be simplest. Also, the other thing is, guys, Ella's stream is going to look bomb. By the end of this week, her streams are going to be popping. She's got a new webcam coming that should look basically just as clear as the one that I have here. She's got the same exact mic as me on the way. Yeah. So her streams are about to be fucking like very high quality now. Her audio is going to be popping. Her video quality is going to be popping. I saw a comment about pit bulls. I was trying to find that again. Pit bulls get a bad rap, and pit bulls hold it. a very close spot in my heart. So I just wanted to see where that comment went. Morning Rue, welcome in. You work at an animal hospital. I'm so against dog parks. I've seen the trauma that can happen at a dog park. Yeah. If it's busy, I won't even go in. The only reason why I went a few months ago is because it was empty. Allsy, you said no American. Allsy, are you saying like no American pit bulls? Like you're against them, or why? Okay, I like people are allowed to have their opinions, so you don't have to say oops, Allsy. You're entitled to your opinion. You're scared of them. Okay, listen, I can understand that. But here's what I'll say. Sadie's the only dog I've ever had that wasn't a pit bull. And the only reason why I got her is because I was at an animal store and she was being held in this guy's arms. And I said, oh my God, your puppy is so beautiful. And he's like, yeah, she's up. I'm just fostering her. She's up for adoption. So I was like, what? And then that's how I got Sadie. Otherwise, I've only had pit bulls. I promise you, Allsy, I understand why you would be afraid of pit bulls because they are intimidating looking dogs. But I promise you, any dog, any breed can be just as nasty or nastier than a pit bull. It's all on what the dog is taught. It's all on what the dog is taught and what the owner teaches it, right? The pit bulls I've had have been the sweetest, most loving dogs ever, and they're so sensitive. They are so sensitive. Like, if you like punish it for doing something wrong, and when I say punish, I mean tell it like no and stuff like that. Like, you never hit a dog no matter what. But they get so upset, and then all they want is your approval and love after. Like, they come up to you, they'll lean on you, and they're like, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't, you know what I mean? If they tore something up and you tell them bad or something. They are the most sensitive dogs ever. And that's why they become vicious, because they are so loyal to their owner. Their owner teaches them to be vicious and attack and be bad, or that's how their owner is, and they learn it off their owner. All they want to do is make their owner happy. So that's why that stigma is there. It's so like it's such a double-sided sword. So if you ever have met a pit bull that was vicious, it's not because the breed is vicious. It's because they're a very sensitive, loyal dog, and they learned it from their owner. And pit bulls actually, before German Shepherds were used in like police and stuff, pit bulls were used. They're illegal where you're at, Allsy? Wow, that's crazy. They're amazing dogs. Morning, Rue, you're 72 today? Let me see your profile picture. You don't look 70. It's really small, but let me see your profile picture. You don't look 72. Come on. You look like you're in your late 50s, early 60s. Red Feather, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. We're waiting on Ella. I'm going to start the video here just because Ella's having some technical difficulties with her mic. I asked her if she's ever tried to come in from her cell phone. So we'll see if she tries to come in from her cell phone here shortly or not. But let me catch up with the chat before I start this video. Oh, Raven says pit bulls are very loyal. They will follow their owner's command. That's why it's up to the owner to not misuse those babies. Right. Exactly. And listen, the only reason why I get upset when people are against pit bulls is because they're so misunderstood, and I love them so much. I love the breed so much. I don't get upset that a person has that opinion, right? People are entitled to their own opinion. I just get upset because I know how good those dogs are, and it's sad to see them get that stigma. I I have beagles, but they like to start shit. Donna. Okay. Yeah, I'm Morning Rue, I'm sorry. I said that and then I didn't even wish you happy birthday. I'm sorry. Happy birthday, Morning Rue. I apologize. Wow, they're banned in New Zealand, Australia, and Britain. Right. So you don't even have Aussie. You don't even have the opportunity to like know, you know what I mean? To know for yourself if they are or are not vicious. So I can't even like, judge you for thinking that way because I'm sure everyone in your area feels that way. She's always having technical difficulties. Well, listen, she got a bunch of new gear on the way. Sorry, just opening the window. She got a bunch of new gear on the way, so she's not going to have technical difficulties once that new gear comes. When her new shit comes in, I'm going to get on FaceTime with her. We're going to get her new camera, her new mic, and everything dialed in, and she'll be good to fucking go. Yes, it's the way they were raised and trained. Not all pit bulls are mean. Right. And Donna, or not just Donna, but everyone. You could say that. I have a cousin who has a German Shepherd. They have to lock the dog in a bedroom when people come in the house. Otherwise, everyone in the house is getting attacked. So the only reason why pit bulls get that stigma is because they have such muscular jaws, and once they bite, they have extreme force and they do a lot of fucking damage. And they usually don't let go until they just don't let go. And their jaw muscles are just very giant. So, but it's every breed, right? If I raise Sadie in a hostile environment, right? If I raise her in a hostile environment and I beat her and hit her and, was rough and mean with her, she wouldn't be the way she is. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of different breeds. It's not just pit bulls. And that's why it sucks to see pit bulls get that stigma because, I don't know. To me, it's like, being racist. That's how I look at it. But obviously, it's not the same thing. But to me, it is. Too many irresponsible owners breeding the guts out of them. I've never seen a nice human with a pit bull here. There aren't. Yeah, Andrea, it depends on the people. Okay, let's get into this. If I see Ella pop in, I'll pull her up and we'll take a little break and let her settle in and say hi to everyone. But this video is over on Phil's Lobotomy, who was in chat a little bit ago. If you're not subscribed to him, he has a lot of good content. He does live streams. He posts content like this, like archive content. So yeah, if you're not subscribed to him, definitely go and check him out. Phil's Lobotomy. You can see I just highlighted his name right there on the bottom. And this video is Shannys' parents. I think it's her stepdad, but it's Shannys' mom and dad set the record straight. So let's get into this. At the beginning of this, it says, "This is Joe and Betty before they sadly passed away. If you didn't know, both of them have passed away as of today." I think the father passed away just like 6 months after this video. Shannys' parents filmed this video to provide clarity on the things Shanny has said and to address other claims. This is their story told in their way, or told their way. This video has been edited for language.
Hi, I'd like to point this towards Shannon for Christ, or Shanny for Christ, as most of you know her. I just want you to know.
Phil, of course. Anita back rub. I feel so bad for pit bulls. There's so many that get abandoned. People get them and don't keep. Yeah, Anita, I agree. Reagan Justice, welcome in. We have an Hampshire Terrier. Hampshire Terrier, aka Bully XL, for many years. Very loyal and sweet. Did I miss anyone else that came in? 1 second. Let me read this, and then we will get moving with the video again. Where did that go? Morning Rue, thank you so much. I appreciate your donation. And in the comments of the donation, she said, "I'm the very old Morning Rue." You're not very old, ma'am. It's funny. 72 today is like what 60 was 20 years ago. It seems like the further we go, the higher our life expectancies get, and the more people are expected to do things that you at a certain age that they wouldn't have 20, 30 years ago. 20, 30 years ago, 70, 75 was considered like, oh, you should be retired and not doing much. But nowadays you see tons of 70-year-olds working part-time jobs or even still full-time jobs. Why I stand on the diehard hill when people try to trash the parents. They were fed up with the shit they had to hear from Shanny and people supporting Shanny. I agree with that. And I'll give my take on them the further we get into this.
That things need to get set straight. There's a lot of things that she's reporting that are not true. There's absolutely no reason in the world for her to go around attacking her parents or her mother, especially like she does. That woman has been sick for a long time. Physically, not mentally. She is sharp as a tack. I love this woman greatly. She has done nothing wrong to this girl. I don't understand why she's been acting like this, except that she's been doing it for the past 20 years plus. She's given me a great deal of grief all my entire life that I've known her. The truth of the matter is
hey, too much, Mom.
She's nuts in ways.
Middle of nowhere, welcome in. Parents can only do so much. They don't have magical ability to fix the offspring. Right. Morning, Ruth. I see you in the chat right now. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. My last concert was in this moment with Kim Dracula, so I'm not the usual 72-year-old. And to anyone that just tuned in, Ella is having a little bit of technical difficulties. We are currently waiting on her right now, so we'll see. Hopefully she still makes it in, but if not, it's not the end of the world, but we will see here shortly. If I see her, I'll pull her right up. She has the link. Mia, welcome in. Sadie, Mia says hi.
And
she's got...
I really do not understand why she attacks people after they help her so much. This is something that she's done repeatedly to a lot of you people too.
Tanner Rossifer, hello.
Attack anybody that says nice things about her and does things for her, and then
Brittany Lee, welcome in. So are we seeing a trend here with Shanny? I mean, we don't even need the parents to confirm it. We already know the trend. But anybody that's financially supported Shanny and was someone in her chat over the years, as soon as they stopped financially supporting Jason or Shanny, they immediately became an enemy, and she then slandered them on her channel. So with the parents, come here, Sadie, you want up? Come here, I'll help you up. Come here, up. Jesus, you're getting too heavy for this. Freaking chonker. So the parents, right? Undead Ramen, welcome in. The parents, they supported her fully. They gave up their master bedroom for her to come stay in their house. And she moved a homeless person in there. Actually, I think we'll get into that in this video. But, and she used her parents' vehicle to drive around because she didn't have her own vehicle. As soon as her parents decided, hey, you need to start caring for yourself. You're draining us. And they cut her off. Then her parents became scumbags to her.
She'll turn around,
just like everyone else.
Them in the back.
Can I interject?
Yes, go right ahead.
I'm sorry. First of all, hello everybody. This is my first live stream. I've never done a live stream before. I've only tested the live stream thing out. I just want to make you aware that my husband was here on the day that Shannon's last video talks about. He was here the entire day. We had the police over how many times that day?
3.
3 times, yeah. He was here the whole time, which is one
I had
thing.
to take
But he
off
was
work
here.
at times.
Yeah, he had to take off work lots of times because of her antics, for lack of a better word, and whatnot. But you know, Shannon's going to say stuff no matter what. She does have borderline personality disorder, and I have not responded to her. I've closed my accounts down because she had little trolls that were bothering me. He knows, because I said, oh, I've got to do this. I can't take this anymore.
I see
And
that.
there's a lot of people like in the community, the great debate community, that I absolutely have a lot of respect for and have been very supportive.
Let me pause real quick and say this. All right, Phil, thank you very much. Raven, okay, have a good nap. Here was some of the initial thoughts that I had when Shannys parents did this. I thought they seemed dramatic. And why would they do this to their daughter was my thought. Don't crucify me yet. Let me finish what I'm going to say. And then I really thought about it. Like, okay, Shannys been telling these stories. I think one of the stories she told was her mother broke her arm and like did nothing about it, just broke her arm and that was it. Like, your arm's broken, fucking deal with it. Claimed physical abuse, all this crazy shit. And they gave her everything and they supported her. Even when she was a full-blown adult, they let her kids move back in with them, like Shanny and her 2 children. Parents that are abusive and not good parents don't do that. But here's the thing. 2 things can be true. Even if, here's where I got myself hung up and was sort of thinking incorrectly. 2 things can be true. Maybe her mom is a little bit of dramatic. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she's not at all. Maybe I'm wrong. But her mom, even if she is dramatic, she can still be telling the truth. And you know what I mean? And also, even if they do have their own issues, right? Even if, you know, her stepfather and the mother have their own issues, nobody's fucking perfect. So they're still allowed to have their own issues and what they're saying be true. So my opinion on them, not that it was bad when I first saw this stuff, it wasn't bad, but I was just a little skeptical. Today, I'm not skeptical because, oh, that's her biological father. Is it? That's not her stepfather? So did she call her biological father in to do this live stream? Because they're not together, right? Am I skewing up the timeline here? I thought that was her stepdad. David Anthony's story. Right, I've heard David say that. They were together then. Okay. And they're still married here. Okay. So the stepfather came. Okay, never mind. They split up back. Oh, and they got back together. Okay. They got back together. That's where my where I was confused at. Got it. Thank you, guys.
During this time when Shannon does nothing but attack her family, mostly me. I gotta admit it, but I'm trying.
Got
to
it,
take
Sarah.
this
Thank you, Sarah.
where I'm not, blubbering or crying about
Coffee is Dot. Welcome in. Enjoy cleaning.
it or anything, because I have to remember that she does have a mental illness, and a lot of the behavior and the characteristics that she has are characteristic of borderline personality disorder. I was originally going to have this live stream. Originally, I was going to do it Saturday night. I let a couple people know. Of course, they didn't answer me back on it, and I don't blame them. I think a lot of people kind of want to get away from her, and especially with the situation, with the way she's been presenting herself online, for lack of a better way to say it, recently. I had to step away from her. I had to step away from people on YouTube that knew her, and listening to how they're trying to figure out why she's the way she is and why she keeps lying and why, you know, she says the things that she does and always stirring up trouble. She likes to attract negative attention. And the purpose of this video is not to give her negative attention. It's because she addresses these things about her mother, but she forgets that her father was here during the time that she lived here. And especially that last day that she keeps.
They both do look fairly youthful, right? Their skins look, both of them. It's crazy that they both passed away because they both seem very, very, they both look healthy and they don't look old. Shannys was never truly diagnosed with BPD. They said she had traits of BPD. Yeah, Marie Walters, welcome in. Pitties were originally bred to be nanny dogs to protect babies. I heard that years ago. I haven't heard that in years. Is that true? Mental illness isn't your fault, but it's your responsibility. Making excuses for her probably didn't do her any favors. See you at the 413. I have BPD. I'm 56, and I really hope people don't think that most BPDs are like Shannon. Yeah, Shannon is... I mean, I thought that she's just fucked. Like, she's just a piece of shit. Don't pawn off being a piece of shit on mental health. Same thing with Jason. Like, beating the kids, and then he comes back and says, like, sorry, I don't mean to act like that. I don't want to. They Pacific CC, welcome in. They remarried, got it. Four Leaf Clover, welcome in. Tim, welcome in. Ryan is such a northern New Yorker. The way he says both cracks. The way I say both. Oh, why? Because so much O to it. Both.
Keeps talking about over and over again. But anyway, what I want to do is I want to have Joe take a look at the video. I'm going to bring the video up of what she made today and what she said. This is the first time he's ever seen one of her videos.
Shannon,
its
I agree.
Entirety. So
I'm not sure I'm ready for this.
I'm so sorry.
I hope I don't start crying,
No.
but I don't think I'm going to. I'm just angry about her attacking you like this.
Oh.
It's just so often. She has no reason for it. She's got a good life now, doesn't she?
Well,
Really?
that's the thing. I mean, she has everything that she wanted, that she said that she wanted, and she's got it now. And she has all the weed she wants to smoke. She's able to buy whatever she wants. She called me materialistic last year, if you remember, because I went to the dollar store and I bought decorations for my Christmas tree.
And she's the one with the...
And I'm not materialistic. I'm actually like this little bumpkin who, you know, grows her own food, and you know, a lot of the things that I have are secondhand. And
she's the one with the velour
and
stiletto.
it's not just me. I mean, that's just how we choose to live.
The velour stiletto chairs.
Oh, boy.
You didn't see those chairs, did you?
No, but I mean, God.
Well, I know. All right, that's her choice. You know, she wants to live like that. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I want her to be happy with her life. I really do. And
well, why can't she just be happy with what she does? Know that we're all right.
Okay,
I
so...
mean, she knows we're all right. We are okay. I mean...
Yeah, I can put subtitles on. Yes. Okay, subtitles are on. What you see there seems like the mom was pretty. Yeah, she was not a bad-looking woman. And like I said, she looks youthful there. Yeah, you can put subtitles on any video where it just says CC. You just click that. Nothing could be worse than a Scranton accent. I think it was voted the ugliest U.S. accent. Yeah, I don't have the typical New York accent. That's for sure. I'm aware of that for sure. I'm in upstate, so I don't have most New York accents come from like the city, like down in the city, like where Hussey lives and stuff, or further downstate like that. So while I do have sort of a New York accent, it's not really a New York accent. It's almost like a Canadian accent mixed with a New York accent. Plus my grandparents were like off the boat Irish. So my great grandparents were like off the boat Irish. So that plays a role into it, I'm sure, as well.
We got some physical issues, but damn it, we're happy together. We love each other.
We've had a lot of physical issues. I had 2 major heart surgeries in the last 2 years, and I actually spent a good portion of every week of my life, and sometimes every other day, in a chair receiving blood products. My blood, I was bleeding somewhere internally, and it took them actually.
Yeah, like Long Island or Staten Island, they have like heavy New York accents as well. But what I wanted to say here that I forgot, because you guys confused, lost my train of thought with the accent. How they're talking about the chairs here. Let me just recap it.
You know, she wants to live like that.
Oh, chair with the velour
And it's
stiletto.
not just me. I mean, that's just how we choose to live.
The velour stiletto chairs.
You didn't see those chairs, did you?
No, but I mean, God.
Well, I know. All right, that's her choice. You know, she wants to live like that. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I want her to be happy with her life.
So her mom, instead of like hating, like, even though it's ridiculous that Shanny had to go and take a ridiculous amount of money and spend it on chairs instead of just getting like a normal, you know, run-of-the-mill chair that isn't extravagant or expensive, Shanny had to go and all act like she's better than everyone in high class. Her mom didn't even like hate on her for that. That shows that she like loves her. Like, you know, instead of like saying like, why would you do that? Like, she's just like, whatever, if that makes you happy, then okay. And that shows definitely a trait of being a good parent. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate you.
I really do.
Well,
And
why can't you just be happy with what she has and know that we're all right?
because
I mean, she knows we're all right. We are okay. I mean, we got some physical issues, but
Sarah, I say that all the time. Upstate is definitely influenced by Canadian accent, and everyone thinks I'm crazy when I say that. But if I've gone down to like the city and hung out with people and they're like, you're Canadian. And that, but when I say it to people like, you know, mid-state or sorry, mid-country or South, they're like, no, you got a New York accent. And I'm like, no, it's like more Canadian than New York.
damn it, we're happy together. We love each other.
we've had a lot of physical issues.
Ari is definitely Canadian.
I had 2 major heart surgeries in the last 2 years, and I actually spent a good portion of every week of my life, and sometimes every other day, in a chair receiving blood products. My blood, I was bleeding somewhere internally, and it actually took them 2 years to figure out where that was coming from, believe it or not. We have issues with the hospital, and we've switched hospitals since then, and I'm doing well. I feel a lot better than I have in a long time. And my husband has had, surgery.
2 knee surgeries,
Yeah.
kidney surgery,
And this is about
and
the
I
time.
got another one coming up.
Yeah, he does. He has another one coming up, and we just try to stay strong for each other. We're just hanging in here, I mean, the last thing I want to do, I don't have any problem. I'm going to be united on this, right?
No.
We don't have any problem with our other kids. We have a very happy family. We have grandchildren. We're actually going to be all together in November.
Except for Shannon and her family.
Yeah.
Hey.
And really, honestly, when we do get together as a family, what she doesn't realize is that we all end up at some point in the holidays talking about her and how much it
And
hurts
how much
not
we miss
having her
her.
there and how much we miss her, and we miss her. She left us before she left us physically. I mean, whatever her mental illness has done to her. And I don't want to use her mental illness always as an excuse, because she does make choices for herself. She's had I know I get a lot of questions all the time from people on YouTube that, watch her behavior. It's like,
Nikolai,
I know Christina
Danielle, Too Much Mom, welcome in. Thank you guys for being here.
Blackfeather. Several people have asked, well,
Lauren, welcome in.
hasn't she gotten any therapy? And yeah, she's gotten therapy over the years. And many times the problem is our mental health system is so poor in this country that when you don't have health insurance, it's really expensive.
And it's really not that great in this area either.
No, it's not that great in this area. We're really limited up here because we're so far
The
up
area
north.
here has failed her.
Yeah, we're definitely.
I mean, she had mental health issues here, and social services was aware of it, and it didn't help her. It didn't help her at all.
No, it didn't help her at all. She had lost her kids while she was here, and
this might be where Shanny gets her hate for the healthcare system. Loudmouth Hussy, hello, welcome in. What's going on? Moon Uppers, hello. They did die quite young. Yeah, they did. It was sad.
it's ironic because I notice in her videos she's always trying to blame me for calling social services, but the person that called social services on her was her ex-husband's mother. She's the one that called.
Shannon, right?
And my husband always said, why didn't you just call me at work? I could have calmed her down. You know, we could have taken care of this. Molly. That's my dog. Sorry.
Bubby, hello.
Come here, baby. Are you going to show her?
Yeah, this is Molly.
She's kind of scruffy looking. She needs a bath really bad. Sorry.
Don't bark no more.
But yeah, what happened is speaking of the mental health situation, getting back to that, it costs a lot of money to go see someone. Sometimes they want to see you every week. Sometimes they want to see you once a month. Even at once a month, the fees are so high. And when you're working at a minimum wage job, or like her not working at all, which she does most of the time, she really, since her first job, she's never had a job longer than just a few weeks. But that's also typical of people with borderline personality disorder. And like she'll get a job and then she'll be there for a couple weeks and something will happen and she's not going back again. And it's happened over and over. And I think that
it's kind of sad. And I imagine it has to be really hard on your, esteem. It's got to hurt when you're not wanted back at your job for some reason or other. And some of it is really unfair in this world because your looks count for a lot.
I wonder how much of Shannys stress played a role in impacted their health. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, sorry, I'm just adjusting this. I'm not going to sit here and say that, they would have lived longer if Shanny didn't stress them out, because I don't think that was the case. I do think they probably just had unfortunate health stuff, but it does make you wonder, how much did stress from Shanny impact their lives? Yeah, and I'm not going to go out on a limb and say they would have lived longer because who the fuck knows, but it does make you think.
And that's unfortunate. But the thing is they see her in some of this outfits that she's wearing, or like, the veil or like garish makeup and things like that.
Oh, on the videos. Yeah, social services up here was watching her when her kids were taken away.
You get judged for that alone itself. So if you look kind of crazy, people are going to think you are. But the thing is she's done some pretty nutty things to us.
Well, what I was going to finish saying is with the mental health thing, what happened with her is they had her, she was diagnosed wrong. She was not diagnosed with borderline personality disorder originally. They diagnosed her as being bipolar. And a lot of times they can be bipolar along with the borderline personality disorder, but the SSRIs, the antidepressants that they put them on, can actually make borderline worse. And in her case, that's almost exactly what happened. She was on a pretty hefty dose of Prozac at that time. It was like 40 milligrams or something like that, I think. Don't quote me on it, but she was on a pretty hefty dose of it, went cold turkey off of it, decided she had it. They see things in their mind with the borderline personality disorder. So she had it in her mind that Chris was cheating on her. This is before they got married. She was living with him at the time with her boys.
I'll tell you what, guys, I was on Prozac. When I got sober, the rehab I was in, it was kind of just like a general patch. They just gave everyone fucking Prozac. And I was on Prozac for three and a half years. And for me, I was on it for like just general anxiety. And it helped me. Like that first 3 years of sobriety, like the Prozac definitely helped me push through those first 3 years. I stopped it cold turkey, and it was fucking rough. Like, I had, like, there was a day or a couple days where, like, I just cried. Like, everything was fine, and I just started crying. Like, and I didn't know why. I couldn't stop it. I was literally, at the time, I was with my wife, and I was like, just crying. And I'm like, I don't know why. I just feel sad. I don't know what's going on. And it was literally just from, like, withdrawing from the Prozac. It took me like 12 months for my brain to go back to normal after getting off of Prozac. Or is that too personal? No, I was not on methadone. No. But the Prozac, I will say, did work. Though I got off of, the only medication I was on was Prozac. And I will say it did, I was young, so I was still very immature. And it helped me keep my mind at bay and helped me from, just feeling super impulsive. Julie, welcome in. Paxil wrecked me for like a month. Yeah, it was fucking rough. And I was having full-blown anxiety attacks, which I had never had before. I always had anxiety, but never like a full-blown attack. And after I got off the Prozac, I was having full-blown attacks. No, Donna, I agree 100%. It's no excuse for what Shanny did. Dawn's not home. Welcome in. You're not supposed to stop SSRIs cold turkey. You need to taper yourself off them. Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm saying it. Like, so for her to just stop, I'm sure that fucked her, made her crazy for a while. Ella just texted me. 1 second. One second, guys. Sorry, 1 second. She's not able to, her computer is not working. Her computer is giving her issues. Basically, the equipment she has is giving her issues. So it's a good thing that she has new equipment coming. Luis XIII Pizza. Welcome in. You take Klonopin for panic attacks? Yeah, well, the problem with me is I was addicted to benzos, Klonopin and Xanax when I was using. So that's why I can't take it today. Like, trust me, I've beat my anxiety. Not beat it, I still have it, but I've overcome it, like, and it's 90% reduced off of natural stuff that I take and working out. But I would have loved to have had Klonopin or Xanax when I was going through that, but I just knew I could not take it. Southern Miss, welcome in. Put you on put you on Paxil while you're pregnant. Son was born with a wholeness heart. Southern Miss, who knows, but that would make me wonder as well. Jalix, welcome in. I think Too Much Mom says everyone should be careful. Should be careful about those psych meds. Sometimes they do more harm than good and can actually rewire your brain. Be cautious. Big Pharma is not your friend. I couldn't agree more with you, Too Much Mom. But some people definitely need it, and that's what happened to me. My anxiety doubled because of being on Prozac for 3.5 years. And when I came off of it, it doubled, and my receptors in my brain were permanently changed because of it. And it took 5 years to get back to a place where I felt normal again. Well, not normal, but to where I wasn't suffering from anxiety attacks. It took probably a year to feel normal again coming off of Prozac. Huzzy, have a good rest of your day. Thank you for stopping by. Let me see what Ella said. Let me get the video going.
And her wrists. And Chris's mother came over and called the police and Child Protective Services, and that's when they had taken the boys.
They were living in our house, but the thing is I wasn't home, and neither was she. I was at work, and she was out.
I wasn't.
What?
I was down in North Carolina. I was with Shannon's brother because he was trying to get through college at the time.
Oh, that's
and
right.
I was helping him pay for his apartment and that kind of thing.
This is basically right after we got married, but before you moved up.
Right.
Okay.
So before I moved back up here, because he moved up here because we used to live down in North Carolina, but Pope Air Force Base closed down. My husband's a veteran, by the way.
Silo, welcome in.
And he still works for the government. And they closed Pope Air Force Base down, and he ended up getting
Louise. I would recommend you to do a lot of research before you let a doctor give you anything. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good. But before you take anything a doctor wants to give you, do a lot of research and then weigh out the pros and cons for yourself. Don't let anyone tell you what's best for you. You do the research, you weigh out the pros and cons, and you see if it's good for you. Fiona, welcome in. Hello. Sadie says hello as well. Sadie is got her head resting on my desk. She's just chilling there.
a job up here.
Transferred up here.
At the 148th Fighter Wing. And he'd been up here for over 10 years.
10 years now.
Yeah, for quite a while. But anyway, I keep jumping around. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. We kind of did this impromptu. I actually wasn't going to do, I wanted to do a live stream Saturday. Nobody took interest in it. So I kind of said, oh, well, the heck with it. I'll just, maybe I should just. She hasn't talked about me in the last week or so. So I'm fine. Boom. Today she had the video on.
David, what's going on? Welcome in. Hi, Ryan and chat, listening while having dinner. Enjoy your dinner, David. Thank you for stopping in.
Bringing me up on it when she doesn't even know we're
Streets, welcome in.
My new channel or anything like that.
We are currently waiting to see if Ella is going to be able to make it in via her phone. If she can make it via her phone, I would assume she'll be here within the next minute or two. If she's not able to make it work, then it'll just be me this stream, and her and I will reschedule for this week. But we are waiting to see if she can make it in on our phone.
Impromptu.
Brittany Lee, welcome in.
Really
is impromptu, but I want him to hear her, what she says. And he was here that day. He was here through the whole thing when she came to me. She had just gotten out of jail, and I think she was at behavioral health. She's been in behavioral health many, many times. He can tell you because he's the one who called the police for help when she used to get really wacky doodles and go crazy and yelling and screaming and drinking really heavily and partying with her friends and then fighting with her friends. Who was that girl she got in that fight with and the cops were over?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, how many fights has she been in?
It's been a lifetime of this. I shouldn't laugh. It's right now.
You guys heard that. How many fights Venna Styles, hello, welcome in. Thank you very much. How many fights has she been in with her friends? That's not a normal thing people say about their children. My mom's never said about me to anyone, how many fights has Ryan been in? Because that's not something normal that happens, right? So she's been problematic since a child.
My way of kind of coping.
We're trying to get through this.
Yeah. I don't want to sit here and start blubbering and crying. And so I'm kind of stuffing my emotions in a different. That's all I know how to do right now.
It'd be a lot easier to cry about this whole situation.
But yeah. So anyway, she had been in behavioral health. She went to jail and she came here. It was really strange. I mean, I heard mama, 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 and that's like the kind of voice she had when she was a little girl. Well, what does a mother do? The first thing a mother does is, it's my child. It's just automatic with a mother, And I'm like, Shannon, what's going on? I opened the door. She was barefoot, She smelled really bad. She just got out of jail. I guess they didn't allow her to bathe or something. I don't know. Her feet were black. And
she was barefoot, walking around the city.
She said, Chris left me. I just got out of jail. I don't know where my boys are. So I said, okay, come in the house. One of her co-workers from when she was driving a taxi cab during that time when Chris cut his job back because he was going to go to school. So he was working, I guess, 20 hours a week at that time. When she told Chris, I hate you. And this is after he supported her and her children on a just slightly over minimum wage job for 7 years.
Yeah.
You know, since they had gotten married. He actually married her to help her get her kids back, to make a united front, to make it seem like she was stable and he was going to.
That was at the suggestion of Aaron's husband, who's a lawyer, and they thought it was a good idea, so they got married. They got married Christmas. Or it wasn't Christmas. It wasn't Christmas. It was actually just a couple of days before Halloween.
Actually, it wouldn't have mattered even if they did get married. She still had that relationship with.
What a noble thing for Chris to do. The main reason why he married Shanny was to aid in getting her children back. Do you think Jason would have done that? Do you think, and obviously this is a rhetorical question. Carol, welcome in. Obviously this is a rhetorical question, but say when Shanny and Jason got together, if Shanny didn't have her children, do you think Jason would have married her just so she could get her children back? Absolutely not. We all know that, right? He would have been thrilled she didn't have her children. He would have been fucking thrilled. Gregory, welcome in. Thank you for stopping in. And he would have never, first of all, he's never had any stability to be able to provide an environment for children to come out of CPS care and be given back. He wouldn't have been able to provide that stability. And we already know that because that's why the kids got taken away, because there wasn't any stability in the home. So Chris, who she slandered for years, and it wasn't until the last few months that she started talking about him again and sharing a picture of him that she just conveniently stumbled across. If Chris would have reached out to her when Jason and her were crumbling, she would have went right back to Chris. I guarantee you he wouldn't let her come back. But if 90s Maid, welcome in. Sorry, 90s Maid. I just saw your comment almost disappearing from the chat and it caught my eye. I can't respect this. Obviously, there are some underlying issues. As a mother, I can never come online and talk about my children. So that was where I struggled with this and where I judged Shanny's parents. And that's what made me struggle about it. I said to myself, my mother would never come on here and do this, right? But there's two things that you got to remember. Shanny's mom had a YouTube channel, and people were going over to her channel, putting these comments on videos, these claims that Shanny was making, and putting them on the mother's video. So that's the one thing you got to think about. And number two, she was making claims that they abused her. One of them being that Shanny's mother broke her arm. So there was these disgusting claims. So at the end of the day, 90s Maid, I totally see your perspective and greatly understand where you are coming from. But there were some heavy factors that probably weighed on their decisions. I would have gotten rid of my YouTube channel. Jalix, that's a really good point. So I'm not here to say whether or not what they did was right or wrong, because my initial thoughts were this is wrong for them to do. But as time went on, I began to start to see their perspective. Would I have done it as a parent? No, I'll say that. But at the same time, it's hard for me to judge them.
With him, I mean,
Yeah.
marriage was just really a piece of paper.
It just looks official. That's all.
Yeah, we all had to get together as a family, even my kids that lived down in North Carolina, and we had to have conference calls. It was every week or something like that. Excuse me. And Miss, I used her whole life, was designated as one of the people that would intervene when Shannon was having her problems. So this would never happen again. That's how it was said to me. So this never happens again. So was Chris's mother. She was also appointed like a guardian.
Yes.
Over what was going on. I don't remember what they called it at the time. You'll have to forgive me. But so anyway, she had the kids taken away. Her mother-in-law called. What makes her think it wasn't her mother-in-law that called when she was in Pennsylvania and they decided to move out to Colorado? Or is that an excuse? Because Colorado is where they have illegal marijuana.
They have it legal.
And she loves marijuana. I mean, she definitely does. One of the problems with borderline personality disorder is that they often...
Speaking on the marijuana really quick, yesterday's stream we were talking about why would something like marijuana make her go to a jump and leave and go across the country to a state that had legal marijuana over something like weed? Like, we're not talking heroin or, you know, a drug that could get you a felony, or, you know what I mean? We're talking about weed, where most places these days, if it's still illegal where you're at, you just tell them you have it. They're most likely just going to stomp it into the ground and send you on your way. So yesterday we were chatting about that, and why would that make her go across the country over something so petty? But there was a amazing point brought up in the comment of that live stream after I ended the live stream. And I'm going to go look just to see who that comment was, just so I can give them credit. The reason why, something to consider is Shanny had CPS issues, right? And if marijuana was illegal, she would struggle keeping her children. So going to a state that had legal marijuana, CPS couldn't use it against her. And most likely she was probably having to take drug tests for CPS to get her children back. So if that was the case, then I'm trying to see who made that comment so I can give them credit. Who was it? Somewhere here. It was Sam IMB. Sam. Oh, and she's right there. Sam IMB. She made the comment. She said, regarding the reason Shanny is so uptight about following the letter of the law for weed is because she lost her kids multiple times before, and it wouldn't shock me if one of those occasions had to do with substances, and didn't care to be discreet about it while streaming constantly. Right. So if she was having CPS issues and she's on stream smoking weed and stuff, that'd be a reason for them to come get her kids again. And obviously at certain times they were watching her like a hawk. So that was probably a huge factor into why they jumped across country over something so little like marijuana, because of CPS issues. Also, there was another good comment here. Who said it? To isolate him. Who said to isolate him? Where did the comment go? Someone said the other reason is to isolate Jason from his family, which is probably another factor. Who said it? God damn it. Where did the comment go? Silo, you said it? Okay, yeah, Silo said another factor would be to isolate Jason from his family. And that was probably a piece of the pie as well.
Often have addiction and drug abuse and impulsive kinds of behavior. And she has that. She clearly has that. And actually, when I was going to originally come on, I was going to, and I think I think Doc Savage can probably vouch for this because I sent him an email about it. He's actually been very helpful to me, believe it or not. But I'm losing my train of thought.
Let's show me the video.
Okay, I'm going to show him the video, but oh, I had told Doc Savage that I was going to make this video, but I wanted to let y'all know from the Great Debate community to stop trolling her. There's some people, I'm not saying all of you troll, but there are some people that troll her account, and you talk about her all the time openly on the internet, and you know, post pictures of her as a whale and all that stuff. I mean, we all get frustrated with Shannon. We all do, believe me. But it's not working. It doesn't change her attitude. It doesn't change her mental illness. I know people are sincerely worried about her kids. I don't know what to do about that. Apparently,
We don't have any say in it.
I don't know why. Getting back to Chris's mother, why did she think that maybe Chris's mother didn't see the video and maybe she called social services? I don't know. I don't have the answers for all that, but it certainly wasn't me and Joe. We don't know where she lives. She let it slip out that she was in Colorado when she was home.
If she's there.
If she is. She talks about the altitude and Estes Park, going up to Estes Park, which is fine. You know, have a good life, whatever.
Enjoy it. It's
yeah,
beautiful
enjoy
there.
your life. I know she loves it there. We've lived there before. We've lived in Colorado before. I have sinus problems. Sorry.
It's one of my favorite places, but I'm not going out there.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. It's really expensive to live out there. It's like California prices now. It's not the way it used to be back when he was in the Air Force and we were out there having a really good time before they built up and everything years ago when we were first married.
A lot less white. Actually, no beard at all. Military.
Oh, you're still handsome. Yes, you are. But anyway.
I'm just an old man.
Oh, please.
It's very sad. I don't have a kid that I should have in my life because she doesn't really want to be part of our life anymore.
She does, though. This is why she makes the videos that she does. So let's go ahead and let him watch the video. You can watch his response.
Maybe I'll change my mind.
So like I said, I haven't seen this video in full in years. And I wonder which video they're going to show. Is there anyone, did I miss anyone that came into chat? I think I said hi to everyone that's here. Okay. I haven't seen this in a while, so I have no idea right now which video they're going to show, and I'm very intrigued as to what it is. But the more I watch this again, like I've said, it's been a few years since I watched it in full. It really has me thinking more and more, how much did Shannys stress play a role in some of their health impact? And somebody said that the health stuff they had was heart stuff. So if they had heart issues, stress and anxiety will greatly aid in heart issues. People can have heart attacks at the age of 55 just from having stress for 20, 30 years. So it could have played a big role into what happened with them. And also, if both of her biological parents had heart issues, Shanny better start caring about her health. Like now. She's 40 years old, 41, 42 years old now. Her parents both died young of heart stuff. She is very, very, very overweight, and both of her parents are not nearly the same size as her. Shanny has crinkle heart. But yeah, she better, if she doesn't do something about her weight, she'll be dead by 50. And I don't wish that on anyone. All I say is she better get it together. Otherwise, she's not going to live very long either. Ryan, when you think about it, Shanny was stealing their medical problems. Yeah, and it has been said that both Jason and her have stolen a lot of people's medical stuff. There's the one David, I think his name is I Wrote This. Something like that is his YouTube name. And he has claimed that Shanny and Rev stole a lot of his childhood trauma stories.
You can watch our responses to it. Okay, so this is it. It calls.
Will it still be recording our faces as well?
Yeah, we're recording. We're live on
All right.
here, so we just can't see ourselves recording. So
Okay, so if I cry, I'm not going.
yeah,
Tim,
Yeah,
I'm sorry
don't
about
fart.
that.
I won't do that either.
sorry.
Then you'd cry.
Then I would. I'd leave. I'd run. Okay, the video is called "Proof She Lies," and here we go.
Proof she lies.
Yes.
Nice line.
Out of the blue, and I haven't
there's
bothered.
She
Shannys
is.
steals people's life experience stories too. Well, yeah, I mean, imagine. Shannys has no life experience at all. She's done nothing but jump from person to she's a parasite, jumping from the person she sucks off of, jumping. She's got no real life experience. She hasn't built anything herself with her own hard work and ethics. So she's got to steal those experiences. Otherwise, she's got no story to tell.
There she is. All right.
As for my mother, I'm glad I have the proof now that you lied and exaggerated things and blew things out of proportions because you always do this.
Red Ruby, I don't know if I welcomed you in, but if not, hello. Thank you for being here.
When you do something bad, you have to cover it up and you have to gaslight people and you have to treat people and lie about people. You lied about Patrick. You lied about your ex-husband. And you probably lied about Brett too.
Being an
You
alcoholic.
probably lied about your sister.
What?
I know you definitely lied about Darlene. Because they found out that you're not who you say you are.
Oh, she's picking all the
That's
right
why you don't
people
like me.
to think
Because I
she's
know
that are
you're
great.
not. I know what kind of human being you are. But
She's aligned on the other
what kind
side.
of human being you are.
Nikolai, I think Patrick was the stepfather. I'm assuming that's the gentleman she was married to. This is Shannys biological father, and then I'm assuming Patrick was the gentleman she was married to before she went back to Shannys biological father.
Or you could admit
She's
that you
painting
were
a picture
wrong
right
and you
now.
handled yourself very wrong with me. You could
Wrong.
actually, for once in your life, say sorry and repent for something bad that you've done in your life.
I only pray for you every single
I show
night.
you good favor.
I mean, I believe in
But
God.
you don't want to do that.
I'm
You
not,
want
like,
to
super
continue to lie
Christian,
about
but-
me and treat me like crap. And you know what? Anyone who has a bad parent, anyone who has a parent that does not love them,
Why is it always me?
Yeah, I don't understand
Why
that.
is it me?
and you know, Mary's trying to convince everyone around.
I mean, it shouldn't be you
that
either, but
Jesus is
why?
something
Why did she
wrong with
pick
him.
me?
He's mad. He's crazy. Jesus said this.
Okay, what did Jesus
Who is
say,
my
Shannon?
mother, my brothers, and my sister. Everyone quiet, not knowing what to say. He says, those who do the will of my Father, those are the ones I will call my brothers, my sister, and my mother.
Well, I'm not a perfect Christian, but I don't know what you're talking about.
And we do happen to know the Ten Commandments.
The Bible also
That's how it
says,
goes here.
if they don't love me,
Honor thy father and thy
then
mother.
they don't have the love
Never
of
meant
Father in
that.
them. So I can only assume
She doesn't know anything about
that
that.
you've been so hateful to me and so unloving. And if
Hateful.
you don't believe you've been
She
unloving
gave
to
you
me,
life.
you've never shown me anything. And
Okay, I'm
the
going to
love
stop
that
right
is
here.
between
I've
you.
never showed her anything. I've been abusive to her whole life. You want to extrapolate on that?
No, you have never been abusive to her. I can't understand where she would be coming from that.
She was like the one kid that I spent a lot of time with.
Oh, yeah,
Out of
you were-
all
I
four
mean,
of our kids.
When
I spent a great deal of time with Shannon because she was always getting in trouble at school
I had to take off work to go to school and get her out of school at times.
many times. And then we're talking about a lot of her, I mean, she was a really great
I
child.
mean, she used to get into fights all the time at Black Mountain.
Yeah, when she was a black man. That's when she was a teenager. That's when things really started going
That's when
south.
she started going to hell.
Yeah, that's,
I mean, she made a belly button.
no, I think
Yeah, Ruby, she goes in and out of, sometimes she pronounces the G's and sometimes she doesn't. So it's like she calls it an accent, but in my opinion, it's just her being a lazy piece of shit and she doesn't say G's. And it's gotten more recently, the last couple of years, she doesn't say them like at all now. She can say them though. So what I paused to mainly say was, One of the things that can kind of prove to you that Shanny is just sort of like a black sheep and just like a bad egg is if you see somebody out in public, right, and they're dirty, their teeth are like black and rotting out of their head, their hair is greasy and dirty and nasty, you know, their clothes aren't clean, they're likely wearing the same clothes day on end, you can tell they haven't showered in over a week, they smell like shit, their surroundings are disgusting, they're living in squalor like they were. In most cases, the parents are going to be the same way, right? Most likely the whole family is going to be the same way because they don't know any better. Like that's how they were raised, right? When you look at Shanny's parents here, like they have white teeth. Their hair is clean. They're not greasy and nasty looking. You can tell they're wearing clean clothes. The walls are well decorated behind them. The house is obviously taken care of, and it's I would be willing to bet it's pretty clean. So Shanny wasn't taught those behaviors, like being dirty and not taking care of herself. Like that's just her being a bad person, and she's sort of like a black sheep. So that's one thing that stood out to me, that like it kind of proves that the parents didn't teach Shanny this behavior. They have living plants, right, Ruby? Exactly. So they have some sort of order and discipline in their life to take care of that stuff. And sometimes there's people that take inconsiderate talking always about God. When they do substance abuse, she's one of those people to make herself feel better about herself. Yeah, she uses God as like a weapon and like a defense mechanism. It's disgusting. Disgusting. It's for attention, Sarah says. Yeah.
What happened was that
Well, it's one of the.
I think she started getting worse.
Donna. Oh, it's not an accent, it's an act. Yeah. The G's thing, right. I forgot we were talking about that. That is, yeah, it's probably for attention and it's an act and it's just something that has become a habit. Because if you do something long enough intentionally, like you're trying to do it, it just becomes habit after a certain point. Jonathan, it's sterile and disgusting.
At that time is what it was, because when she was younger, like little signs that I missed, like when the teacher pinched her under chin and the teacher punched her in the nose, and we found out the teacher didn't punch her in the nose, she ran into his arm because he was telling he had his arms up telling all the kids to stop, and she ran into his arm and her nose was bleeding.
Yeah, but
of course, the first thing
we took the teacher's side, or we took her side on that.
We did. I mean, you're moving this around,
Oh,
so
sorry.
it's going to change the last screen. Hold on. Oh, we're still on the screen.
Okay.
But you know, things like this had occurred, and every time I would go to school and say, "What's going on here?" You know,
we'd always go to bat for her.
My mom combat boots on. Never had to do this with my other kids, but Shannon, there was always something going on throughout her whole life.
Always to bat for her too, and it wasn't against her ever.
So I think we both really missed the signs of her mental illness, but it was gradual. It just got worse and worse and worse over the years.
And it really got worse when she was a teenager.
Yeah.
I mean, she got an infection because she pierced her belly button, and she got an infection in it, actually.
She pierced it with a cheap
earring,
like Walmart earring or something like that. And well, that was
maybe, I mean, some people could say that's kid stuff, but the thing is it's also self-harm.
Yeah. She was herself back then, though. She wasn't as depressed. It was just kind of doing things to get negative attention.
And then
she hung around with the goth kids.
And that guy that had I have your soul in my bag.
Yeah, they like to hang around with kids
that were into magic
and Satanism and all this other stuff.
Black arts.
She found that kind of
right, because exactly what Red Ruby said in the chat. She's not mental, she's evil. Something I wonder is if the parents could have seen into the future and how bad she turned out, if they were to have put her into like like a disciplinary school, you know, where when kids are really bad, they get sent off to like, you know, a disciplinary school. They have to live there like the whole school year. And they're put on like really strict regiments. And I wonder if something like that would have helped straighten her out. Obviously, it wouldn't have made her perfect, but maybe it could have helped her out, and she wouldn't have turned into the person that she is today. Because when a child is a certain way and then they're spoiled or, you know, not really held accountable for actions, and I don't blame parents for that. They are just trying to be a good parent, and they can't see what some things, what not disciplining in some areas may hurt their child in the future. They're just trying to be a good parent. But I wonder if that would have changed things. Hey, Gucci, welcome in.
Intriguing.
And that's the God's honest truth.
I mean, we weren't the greatest Christian parents.
We didn't go to church constantly, but the thing is
we didn't believe in the church. We didn't believe in organized religion.
We believe in God.
I believe there's a God.
Jesus.
I definitely believe there's a God. I definitely believe in Jesus. I believe,
and He died for our sins.
We believe that, and we still read the Bible. I mean, we pick it up and we read it. I'm not an expert on the Bible, neither is he, but we try to, you know, keep ourselves updated with things as time goes along. We're just not the greatest. I can't consider myself a holier than thou.
We can't quote it as much as she does, but the thing is I think there's a difference between knowing what the Bible means and how it reacts to being able to memorize words, quote, like that.
But we know enough when you're.
Yeah, I agree with him. Shani will quote everything on the Bible, but she doesn't live any of it.
Christian.
I think you could take words from that Bible and twist it, and that's been done so many times.
It's true. Anybody can twist the words of the Bible, and yeah, a lot of times in Shannys
Mia,
case, that's exactly
she outed her brother for being gay, and she makes fun of gay people.
what she does. It's like G-Man. G-Man will go ahead and get down on Miss Star for cussing or something like that, or whatever it is, you know. I don't know if she smokes or not. I don't know what else he says. But yet he can allow the behavior that Shannon does for some reason. But when somebody gives you a house, you know, to live in and whatnot, yeah, the Christianity kind of goes, yeah. But anyway, that's another story. So let's get on with this. Here's her proof. I want him to see her proof that I lied.
It's a false love. You know, you never accepted me for who I was as a person.
Okay, let me see if I can find. I'm going to try to scroll forward.
I don't want to scroll forward. I want to see the whole thing.
Okay.
I'm not going to miss a
This
word.
is going to be a long hangout.
I saw that little comment you made about me, about my ex-husbands, when you weren't even there when I was married to any of the husbands, because you kept going crazy and abandoning me.
Okay.
And
That's not true. I didn't abandon Shannon. And if you look up by borderline personality disorder, they have like this obsession with abandonment and whatnot. It's like one of the biggest things that they feel like they're abandoned all the time. It's just, that's her mental illness talking right there. Anyway, I'm going to try to find where she holds her proof up. And I can't find it. Weird.
She does look miserable, though.
She looks disheveled all the time, Joe. It's
She
really
is miserable.
sad. I mean, her hair is always.
I mean, she's.
I mean, the other
Why
day
doesn't she take better care of herself?
You should have seen her with the green leaves around her head.
Oh, and that part about wanting to see her mother,
Dirty Birdie, what's going on? Welcome in.
her
Yeah,
rotting
she-
corpse.
No, she
Her
wanted
head.
to. She wanted to see my rotting corpse head on a platter, and I think something about putting something around
Surrounded
it,
by leaves
dancing around it,
and
or
dancing around it.
something like that. Don't quote me word for word. But anyway, that's not the first time she's wished me. She's obsessed with saying that I'm going.
So she said there, Shani has wished her death, and Phil edited it out for his channel purposes, so that he doesn't get a strike from YouTube for violating guidelines. But yeah, Shani wished her dead multiple times. And then we saw on the stream we went over yesterday when somebody pranked her in her chat and said, your mother is dead. And she used it as a weapon. Oh, mommy. Oh, mommy. So why didn't, if that's how you actually feel, how come you made zero fucking effort to approach your mother when she was alive? And then she wants to use it to be a victim after her mom dies.
She said that just before she left. God's gonna kill you.
He was right here.
I was right next to her.
He had just had his knees replaced, so he was in the recliner a lot during that time while his knee was healing and whatnot. And he heard the whole thing. He heard the whole thing as it went down. But she
that was just before I told her she couldn't stay there anymore. I told her she couldn't stay here anymore.
He'd had enough. I ended up going to the hospital that day because my blood pressure was through the roof. We actually had the paramedics come.
The paramedics
because I have a lot of heart problems. I have now I have a defibrillator, pacemaker, and
so
I was told after my heart surgery, I have a congenital heart disease that they didn't catch until I was 56. And oftentimes they don't catch hypertrophic obstructive cardiomyopathy until later on in life because it gets
or
worse.
they die.
Yes, sudden death is it's actually the number one reason why football players die on the field, believe it or not. But we have people that have this have a really thick heart and actually almost died in the hospital after my first surgery.
And it's congenital, and all her children should get checked for it. If you haven't been checked, Shannon, you should.
I told her about that when she was here. I tried to explain everything to her, that all the family, even my sister and her kids, her son is a football player for Stetson University, and he's a great football player, by the way. He's awesome. But she had him checked. She had her other son checked.
They're doing
had
good this year.
Checked. The family pulled together and everybody got checked except for Shannon. And she said, no, if I die, I'm just going to go to heaven because that's where I'm going to be happiest. And that is so sad. That is really, really
if that happens,
sad. Especially
what about her kids?
That's what I was just going to say.
She doesn't care
when you're a mom and you've got kids.
What about Zachary?
But the last thing that she said to me is that God was going to kill me for what I was doing to her.
There you go, using God as your weapon.
I'm kind of parroting her, and I feel bad when I do that, but I do it. So I feel bad. Everything I do, she makes me feel bad. Everything I do, I mean, everything that I say, it doesn't matter.
Anything she likes, it's terrible.
I'm trying to find where she holds up the Facebook page where it says, I got the job on October 20th. Why don't you tell that's the only other part. She just goes on about how abusive I am, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you tell everybody how many months she laid up in the bedroom day after day, drinking out.
Bubby says, Ryan, I think she got stuck on an age in her life as a child. I don't know if you know what I mean, but never grew out of it. That's also a medical issue like abandonment. I totally know what you're saying, and I think you're probably right. Let's do a Google search really quick on that. Let's see. So they get stuck at an age, often due to trauma or arrested development, experience a gap between their chronological age and emotional maturity. This arrested adolescence or failure to launch manifests as an avoidance of adult responsibility, emotional regulation struggles, intense dependency, and continued reliance on childhood coping mechanisms. Key behavioral and emotional consequences: an inability to take on adult responsibilities such as maintaining a career, maintaining finances, or living independently. Emotional regressions, reverting to a childlike or teen behaviors, including tantrums, impulsivity, or excessive dependence on parents. If rooted in trauma, individuals may mentally retreat to the age the trauma occurred as a way to cope, sometimes manifesting as pouting, needing excessive comfort, or acting out. Difficulty forming mature, long-term relationships or navigating peer dynamics. Using substances, gaming, or technology as a way to escape from the pressures of maturity. Financial dependency, relying on parents for money, the bank of mom and dad, which is basically the same thing as her relying on a man for financial dependency. Nostalgia addiction, excessive focus on the good old days of high school. She does talk about high school a decent amount. Lacking motivation or a sense of direction or purpose. Inability to handle stress or disagreements, leading to emotional outbursts or shutting down. Yeah, I mean, that really sounds spot on to Shani. Like, that sounds really spot on to her. I would say that sounds more likely than BPD or other things. Yeah, and it says that it doesn't even have to be caused by trauma, so it could have, it could have just happened. But those all sound like her. Suzanne, I'm just going to say your first name, Suzanne. When people start smoking weed full time before the age of 18, they will stay mentally at that age they were before they started, science is finding. It's like that for any drug. I started becoming fairly heavily addicted to drugs around the age of 17 to 18. And when I got sober around 24, mentally, I was definitely still at like 17-year-old level mentally. And I had to mature at the age of 25 when I got sober. Booty Shots, welcome in. Love the name. I wonder if Shannys in jail. I don't think she's in jail. I think we would have known that because it would have been, people would have probably pulled that info up. Let me do a Google search. Just really quick. There's a Shannon Dorn. That's not her on TikTok. I was going to say, I don't see anything as of recent on here. And I feel like people would have found it already. Here's her Facebook. And I don't think there's any new stuff on her Facebook. That picture of her, though, is scary to look at.
Alcohol. Well, I'll let you tell them.
Which time?
This last time that she stayed was, she has stayed with every one of her family members, her father several times, me several times. We had been separated for 10 years. I had remarried, and then we remarried again later on. I ended up marrying a man who was an alcoholic because I didn't have a lot of self-esteem. And one of the reasons that we broke up is because of some of the stuff that we, well, I don't even want to say it.
That doesn't even relate to it.
No, I'm saying
What happened with Pat after she left there has nothing to do with you.
she came to live with my ex-husband and I down in Florida. And
I think she says that he hit on her, and I wouldn't doubt that.
yeah, he did. He was drunk.
Yeah, I think he's person.
Shane, what's going on, man? It's been a minute since I've seen you. I hope you've been well, man.
He's an asshole.
He was.
She's absolutely, Shannon's absolutely right about Pat being an asshole. She's absolutely right about that other guy in
Mueller of Gestapo, welcome in.
Houston being. He beat the hell out of her.
We were able to reconcile.
Very dangerous, man.
We were able to reconcile our marriage, to be honest with you, after Shannon was gone on her own, because
we love each other.
We do. We truly do. And we
always did love each other.
And we actually stayed best friends while we were divorced during that time period. I mean, I could always pick up the phone, or he could always pick it. We could always just pick up the phone and talk to one another because we had kids together.
The thing in
that was the most important thing to both of us, is the kids.
And you know something?
And they weren't little kids when this happened. They were all young adults.
The other kids were very happy that we had a good relationship.
Yeah.
You know?
It was really important
because
to both
it was
of us.
less traumatic to Michael,
Gino,
and
welcome
Joey, and Aaron that
But
way.
you've got to figure that
Hopefully, to some extent, hopefully it could have helped Shannon too.
It did contribute to us breaking up. It really did. It just seemed like it was hopeless. It was just nothing but constant turmoil in our house all the time. And neither of us could take it anymore. And we had to change things up. And I admit it. I went, I found the wrong guy. If my husband passed away before me, I would never find another guy again, to be honest with you. I mean, I am now secure with myself. I don't.
Jesus, how sad is that? He passed away and she passed away like 6 months later. Wonder if she died. I wonder if him passing aided in her stress levels shooting through the roof and she died being alone for the last 6 months of her life. That's sad to hear her say that, and then knowing that happened. Ruby, right. Wow. So they acknowledged Shannys was the driving force in ruining their marriage the first time around. It's crazy. Catwoman, welcome in. People with BPD can do well if they learn emotional regulation and get help for overwhelming emotional states. Yeah, I don't doubt that at all. I don't know a lot about BPD, but we don't. The thing that drives me a little nuts is we don't even really know if she has BPD. You know what I mean? I mean, she could, but to me, I'm just like, she diagnosed Jason. She diagnosed herself on 25 other things. I don't really know if she has BPD. Died of a broken heart. Yeah, I mean, we know she had medical issues, so I won't say that, she died just because he passed away and she was alone. But, maybe it sped up the process. Maybe it didn't. Who knows? But pretty coincidental either way. But yeah, the died of the broken heart thing is very, it's a very real fucking thing. My grandmother passed away. It's been 10 years now. And my grandparents were together for almost 60 years when she passed away. And thankfully, my grandfather is still alive today. But he just went down the tubes with depression. The first year, he was barely eating. Like, he would go a full fucking day without eating. People would have to force him to eat. He was just, it was like he wanted to die. He was so lost without her. And it's been 10 years and he still fucking is. Still is lost without her, but he's accepted that he's going to live without her. He's 90, he's going to be 91 this year. But he still just feels like he has no purpose. So it's a real fucking thing. Shane, I'm going through a messy divorce. It's hard, especially with the kids, with her being very evil. But Shane, I'm sorry to hear that. One day at a time, like and you'll get there eventually. And when it's over, you're going to feel a lot better. But, just don't let it feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel for you.
Need a man to take care of me. But I have my best friend, and she will spin the story completely different, about it. Yes, you are. I know
I am.
We're each other's best friend.
Yeah.
Lucifer Almighty, welcome in.
She posted in this video that on October 20th that she got the job, which is proof that she got a job. Now, please tell everybody how long she laid in bed this time.
Let's see. She got here in what, July?
June or July?
June, or I think it was late June, actually.
I had just had my abdominals. I had abdominal surgery on top of my heart surgery and the anemia too.
Somewhere in there, she was doing a little bit of taxi work. And
not when she was with us.
No, she couldn't get that job back.
She couldn't get the job back. They didn't want to hire her back.
And The hell, she worked for some kind of as a nurse's aide or something like that, or
Yeah, she
for a
had
mental health thing.
her extensive medical background. She had a 2-week training. Well, she tells people this stuff, Joe,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then it makes me look like an idiot when
She was just taking care of some people. It's just an adult babysitter, basically, type of deal. And she's also not a kickboxer.
She saw that. She said she was a kickboxer.
She never ever learned.
She
that.
wasn't a military brat. She wasn't a military brat. Her father.
I was out of the military when she was born.
Yeah. And there was one job that he had at Tyndall Air Force Base in Florida.
But that's civil service.
And she went to live with him. Now tell him how that turned out.
Oh, that turned out real good. I found her in bed with an 18-year-old, and she was an 18-year-old.
John and Shane, same thing. So, thankfully everything is smooth for me, but, yeah, one day at a time.
I mean, I had to chase a naked 50-year-old boy out of my house.
Ooh,
after they were caught together.
There's a lot of history on it.
There's stuff on this, and it's.
Oh, I want to show you something. I want you to
just.
Let's hear that again.
Look at this. Look at
mostly
this.
Bad
Someone came on thing. There's a lot of history on it.
There's stuff on this, and it's.
Oh, I want to show you something. I want you to
just.
Look at this.
Mostly
this.
Bad after it turned out.
Florida.
But that's civil service.
And she went to live with him. Now tell him how that turned out.
Oh, that turned out real good. I found her in bed with an 18-year-old, and she was an 18-year-old. I mean, I had to chase a naked 50-year-old boy out of my house.
Boom. She was in bed with an underage person at the age of 18. That's fucked. I don't care how young you are. When I turned 18, when I was 18, I immediately learned that, okay, it doesn't matter that I'm only 18. I can't be talking to 15, 16, 17-year-old girls anymore. When I was 17, I could date a 15-year-old. As soon as I turned 18, I realized I can't be with a 16-year-old. It's illegal now. And that was something that was like very known within my friend group of guys. Like when we all turned 18, it was like, okay, it's 18 and up only now. Otherwise, you're fucked. And 18 and 15, that's a pretty big difference. It's 16. Yeah, it's different everywhere. I see a lot of people. Nikolai, that's a good point. But mentally, I think she was 16. That is a good point. I don't think she was a sexual predator. Like 18 and 15 isn't like, 15 and 25. But still, I don't think she was a sexual predator. But you know that once you turn 18, there's a certain standard. And you have to follow that. You have to follow that.
After they were caught together.
There's a lot of history on it.
There's stuff on this, and it's.
Oh, I want to show you something. I want you to
just.
Look at this. Look at this.
Bad
Someone came on with a sock account, and it says St. Louis County Social Services. We live in St. Louis County in northern Minnesota, and says CPS should be seeing this in all your videos for the sake and safety of your children. Okay.
Okay. All my children are adults.
No, her children.
Her children?
Yeah.
They're not in
Jonathan, that's how I probably feel about it as well. 18-year-old has no business with a 15-year-old. Yeah, I agree. And you can't even use the excuse like, oh, well, we were together before blah, 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 because then it's like, well, so what? You guys were dating for 2 years? What, so you were 16 and they were 12 or 13? Like, that makes it even more weird. So there's really no excuse for it.
Something up, because Thick Shades mirrored my video where I talked about the boys when they were peeing on the floor.
Right.
When
hiding toilet paper behind the toilet.
Oh, I haven't even gotten to that. I didn't even tell them about that. I didn't want to bring all that stuff up. Joe, it's ugly, but she wants to keep this up. I'm gonna let them know what really went on here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me get it straightened out so we could do it.
Sure.
How long did she have that job at the nurse? It wasn't a nursing home. It was like a group
It was a group home. It was a home.
And they were
up in-
disabled people.
Yeah, probably 2 weeks.
Just like I had said, over and over again.
I brought her up there a couple times, picked her up and things like that. And other times
Yeah.
I let her use my truck.
Mueller, 100%. I agree.
Yeah, she used his truck every day while she was here. We bought her clothes. We bought the boys' clothes while she was here. She was not abused or mistreated whatsoever. Bought her makeup, got her hair done. There was a video that she had
Let her dye her hair. Had her dye her hair
several times while she was here. That's when it started getting really crazy. But
we bought the dye. I bought it. I know I did.
yeah, it started getting crazy after that, though. That was during the time when things started really going downhill for some reason when she started dyeing her hair.
And the thing is she didn't want to help out with any kind of household responsibility.
No household responsibility. I think she emptied the dishwasher once.
And
she doesn't clean up after her boys. She left the house constantly and me alone with the boys without asking me whatsoever.
She did the same thing to her brother, by the way.
She did
with the first time around.
Yeah. Well, tell him what she used to do. He was in college at the time.
He was in college. He had to take off college courses. And it helped contribute to him having to drop out of school. And
he's back in now.
And he also wanted to leave the house because of her too. And that's the godsend.
No, she used to go and party all the time. Back then she was with women.
Lauren, damn good point. Shanny claims that she was abused by her mother, and I think she claimed her father. But you bring your own children back into that home to live? Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. They were trying so hard to make her happy and get her in a better mindset. Yeah, I agree. I think this was them, trying to get her back on a good path. Like, okay, our daughter is in a rough place and she's not right now. We need to try to do what we can to get her in a good state of mind. And they tried.
She's
sick in the head. Yeah,
fine.
100%.
She drove the women that she was with crazy too with her antics that was going on.
One of them put a what was it?
A restraining
order
on Shannon.
I don't remember her name, but she had dark hair and she was kind of an Oriental.
That's actually two people that had a restraining order on her. We've never filed a restraining order on Shannon. We've not called social services on her. Joe and I, we tried to deal with things as we could because we do have grandchildren. We tried to give them whatever we could. They stayed in the master bedroom. Joe slept on the small bed that in the extra room that we have.
She slept on the couch.
I slept on the couch the whole time for months.
We're talking from June to Christmas time.
And that whole time,
Lewis, abuse to a narcissist means you didn't give them everything they wanted. Fucking amen. Amen. That is so fucking true. Pinning that message.
A year.
the whole time that she wasn't working, what was she doing?
Smoking pot, getting high, drunk, and making videos like this crazy
With Jason, everything
here.
boo-hoo-hooing. Jason doesn't want me. He said mean things to me.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of those. She'd sit in the backyard and
She said
cry
that.
and boo-hoo. She'd get drunk publicly. I
She
mean, she's
said
in the
that.
backyard smoking and drinking pot.
I don't know for sure what really went down, but she said that Chris, he denies it. And to be honest with you, I'm not so sure I believe that really happened, because she took about 4 months before she went to crisis. 4 months. And a lot of women don't report. I understand that. I completely understand that. But she didn't even take care of the STD. If she didn't have one, thank God.
No.
So they're talking about she was taken advantage of. We'll just put it that way. You guys know what I'm trying to say. And it was Phil edited it out. So if you didn't catch that, that's what they're talking about here. She was abused, taken advantage of, and that's what her claims were. And I think her mother goes on to say, like, she does believe it. She doesn't know if it happens the way that Shanny says it happened, but they do believe it happened. And this very well could have happened. And this could have been one of the things that fucked her up. I don't know. Some people say that they don't believe it. Lucifer says Shanny probably lied about that. Jonathan has his own theory, doesn't want to share it. I respect that. That's pretty much how I feel, Jonathan. I don't want to ever be the person to, no matter who it is, even if it's fucking Shanny, who I think is probably very evil. I don't want to be the person to say like, oh, it did or it didn't happen. Like, who the fuck am I to say, oh, they're lying? I don't want to do that to any woman. So I will withhold my opinion on whether I believe it or not. Ryan, I calculated that when she grabbed that cigarette and started talking gibberish, like if you know what I'm talking about, she was like taking out the tobacco and filling it with you know what. Oh yeah, Bubby, you could be right.
I'm not so sure I believe that really happened, because she took about 4 months before she went to crisis. 4 months. And a lot of women don't report. I understand that. I completely understand that. But she didn't even take care of the STD. If she didn't have one, thank God.
No.
This time. She's had them before.
She's had them before. That I know.
He knows that because he was dealing with that at that time.
I had to take her to these places sometimes.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a life with her. It really, truly has. And now she is always, she's obsessing over me dying. She wants me, and she got me. I mean, she mentions it in all her videos. And I think it has to do with this guy. I don't know if you know him, David Weiser, because he's always like, oh, my mother, I'm glad she had, da, 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 da. He kind of
eggs it on. And
she's always, but,
you know, the simplest thing for her, for Shannon, is just to move on. Forget all that she thinks happened in the past, because it didn't happen that way, Shannon. This I know for a fact. And I would swear to God, in front of St. Peter and anybody else that you want to put up in heaven there, that it didn't happen the way you're saying it did.
Yeah, and it's really sad, because
all I want you to do is have a good life.
That's all we worry. That's all we worry.
You don't have to talk to us, but don't talk about us and say lies like you are.
But she doesn't talk about you. It's always me. It's always me. And let me tell you something. I can't drive because after my heart surgery,
it affected her eyes.
I had fluid changes, and
it's fine to give grace, but the truth is Shani is a liar, and she is exactly the type of woman who make it difficult for real victims to be taken seriously. Too much, Mom. I couldn't agree more with your comment. I just feel like as a man, and I know men get taken very rare in less common occurrences, men get taken advantage of in that way. But in most cases, it's women. So I feel like as a man, I should not ever give the opinion on if something did or didn't happen. You know, that's for a court to figure out or whatever. That's not my response. It shouldn't be something that I should be saying, because of, like you said, people that do lie, women that do lie about it are the ones that make it hard for real victims to get help and to get justice. And you know, justice is the only word, I guess. So I agree that, you know, people that make it up are disgusting, and they not only are making up a lie for the person they're accusing, but also they're hurting people that actually get hurt from it actually happening to them. Let's see here. Mia says that was so she was 16 when she says that happened to her. Lauren says something real horrific could happen to Shani in the future, and sadly, not even services are ever going to believe her. Yeah. I mean, you cry wolf and cry wolf and cry wolf, and then, you know, eventually, if something bad does happen, then it's, yeah. Well, you're both part of a satanic cabal that ritual abuse Shan to make her an altered high priestess, according to Shan. Wanderers, welcome in. And what about the poor innocent guy? Right. Yeah. I mean, the people that are accused of that falsely it's disgusting.
I ended up bursting blood vessel in my eye, and I could not see it all. I only saw brown out of my right eye. I had to turn my driver's license in because I couldn't pass the vision test. And so I'm still where and what they did was they voided my driver's license. So now I actually, because it's been so long, it's been since last year at this time.
Yeah.
Because I had to get that taken care of before Joey got married, so I could give identification to Homeland Security because they got married on a cruise ship.
So you have to
last year. Not my youngest son, my
and this is
oldest
May.
son.
We're talking about May here.
Yeah, but anyway, getting back to the boys peeing. William doesn't lie. When he peed on the floor upstairs, what did he say, Joe?
Zachary did it.
Zachary did it. He didn't do it. And she said, William doesn't lie, but what did she do to William?
Punished him anyways.
She flipped him over his knee and started spanking him. He's 9 years old. She started spanking him. Okay? Because of his lying. When she, the day that she came to the house, when she got out of jail, I called him at work and I said, Joe, can you sit down for a minute? He goes, yeah. He knows that voice of mine. And I said, Shannon's back. And he's like, what? Yeah, Shannon's back. Chris left her. She doesn't know where the boys are. He came home immediately. I mean, immediately from work. He left work, came home. And we took her right away over to the house that she lived in. Tell them what it was like halfway up the stairs. What could you smell? Urine. It was filled with urine. They were peeing on the floor regularly, but she pretends that never went on. Anything that you try to bring up about her, she pretends that it didn't happen, or she'll turn it around.
Those poor fucking kids. Poor fucking kids. They were raised like zoo animals because their mother is a fucking zoo animal. I should cover Latiti. A few weeks ago, I pulled up one of her streams and I watched a little bit of it. Man, she is freaking... She is next level. I don't know. She would drive me nuts. And she's still in jail, I think, right? I don't know a lot about her, just a little bit that I tuned in. Now, this I didn't like. Don't talk about those boys. They were little kids here. None of this need. Yeah, Danielle, they probably could have left the kids out of it. I understand that they were making a point that the point was to Shanny, but... yeah, they should have probably left the children out of it.
Around and make it seem like you're crazy or whatever. So the big thing that she's saying in here, and she was here that whole day when I went, the day that he asked Shannon to leave, and the day that I went to the hospital because my blood pressure was.
It was Christmas Eve.
It was Christmas Eve.
I had the day off.
Yeah, he took a lot of time off during the time she was here too because of her, a lot of time off, but which didn't help when, we'd been in and out of the hospital because it's a 4-hour drive to the Mayo Clinic. And I was being treated at the Mayo Clinic because there's only 10 hospitals in the country that deal with the congenital heart condition that I have. And
so who said that? Red Feather said that's a severe sign of trauma. Were you talking about them peeing on the floor was a severe sign of trauma? If you were, I just quickly look that up. It says children peeing on the floor can be a severe sign of trauma, stress, or significant emotional changes, while it may also stem from other things. But yeah, I guess it could have been from trauma and stress as well. Imagine how much stress they were facing. They didn't know where, they've lived with Chris, back with the grandparents, then over here, then with fucking Jason. Like, the stress from that alone is crazy. Bubby, it's disgusting.
And they told me that I should not have any stress in my life, that I need to start putting that away. So I deal with things differently. I try not to get myself worked up, which is why I don't really want to sit here and blubber. Oh. I just want this to be
Ruby,
a moment
really?
Where maybe I can make somebody understand. The more that you feed into her and she sees and I'm guilty of it too. I'm guilty of it too. But I come to the realization that the more all we're doing is feeding into her and giving her an excuse to make these negative videos and then get her negative attention from people and everything else.
These negative videos aren't going to work anymore, Shannon. I'm not watching any more of them. I don't care what you say. If you say anything, just get up.
From abuse, including high correlation to sexual abuse. Wow. So the peeing on the floor. Wow. They've been getting taken from CPS since they were 1 and 3 years old. Yeah, that's sad. What did Mia say? I saw her comment. Ryan, you have no clue. It was much worse from the first go around with Letitia. Oh, really? How far back was what you consider the first go around, Mia? Like, how far back does that date?
Frigging life, and enjoy it. That's all you have to do. Enjoy your children. If you want to enjoy your family, try making some amends and stop trying to make everybody feel so bad about you, because your sisters don't want to talk. Your sister doesn't want to talk about it. Your brother doesn't want to talk about it, and Michael certainly is devastated by the things you've said about him.
Yes, her brother is gay, and she now all of a sudden. Oh, by the way, she's pro-gay now.
He was the nicest person in the world, and she owes him an apology.
It was horrible how she treated him, and the things that she said about him and to him and behind his back. It's been a nightmare, and he's never hurt anybody in his life. Honestly, he's a really great guy. He's taking care of her children.
He's the nicest guy in the world.
He is. He's my youngest son. I'm really proud of the person that he is. And, I don't care what the Christians say about him. They don't understand who he is as a human being. And
Jesus wouldn't say anything.
No, I don't believe that Jesus would. Not at all. I mean, he loved everybody. Unconditionally. What part of that doesn't anybody get? That's what I don't, that's what screws it up for me with Christianity. They want to tell everybody else how they're supposed to live while they're living how they want to.
The Bible.
All right, I have a question for you guys. Give me 1 second. I'm still getting used to this double monitor setup. I'm still getting used to the flow of the double monitor setup and which way I got to pull off. Whatever. I'm still getting used to it. So we're about halfway into that stream with the parents. We're an hour in, and it's about 2 hours long. And that's over on Phil's Lobotomy's channel. Actually, let me grab the link to his channel, just in case anybody is not subscribed. Let me drop it in the chat really quickly, because he puts time into making those clips and editing them, and just want to make sure. And he allows people to use them, so just want to make sure I am sharing my sources here. So my question is, Ryan, is that a picture of Shanny behind you? Behind me? What? Where? Picture of Shanny? I don't have any pictures up. Let me get Phil's link. Oops. Nope, that's not it. How the hell? Where is this? All right, this will probably work. Command, copy, Command, V, boom. All right, that should work for his channel. All right, so we're halfway into that. So we have two options. You're playing, it was meant to turn around. I literally pulled up StreamYards to look at my camera to be like, what the fuck is behind me, instead of turning around. So we're halfway through that. I'm going to stream tomorrow. I do have to jump off because there's something that I have to fix downstairs in the house. And so, yeah, I have to do that this evening. We have two options for the next stream. No, it's all good. It's all good. So either we can continue right where we left off tomorrow and finish that stream with her parents. And if there's also more with just her mother. We could explore those in the future as well. Or tomorrow we can jump right into where Shanny makes Jason cut his hair and writes the big A on his forehead. And for anybody that came in late, Ella had some technical difficulties, so she was not able to make it to this stream. But we will be streaming again soon. We'll figure out a date, probably this evening. What? Ruby says there's no conclusive proof, but in my opinion, after taking into consideration the details I think the parents were absolutely involved, unsure about the brother. Ruby, what are you guys talking about? Hotel parking? Jonathan? All right, so one, if you want to do the rest of the stream we were just watching with the parents. Two, if you want to move on to when Shanny made Jason shave his head and put the A on his forehead for hotel parking. We already got a 2. Oh, okay. You guys were just talking about something else. No problem. I just didn't know if you were talking about Shanny or something. So no problem. We got 3 2s. 1, 2. Have a good night. I don't feel that you're holding the child in social media, talking about it. He's watching my. Bubby, thank you for contributing to the chat the whole time. Appreciate you being here. Have a good night as well. All right, we got a lot of 2s. I'll put a poll up. All right, so right now it seems like everybody here is going with 2. So we'll probably move on to that tomorrow. I'm not sure what time I'm going to stream yet. I'll give you guys. Bubby, thank you. Let's get a Sadie update. What are you doing, girl? What are you doing, girl? I took her on like an hour walk before this stream. She's not, usually when I pet her, she'll pick her head up. She is completely conked out. Good girl. So I think using my AirPods helped out because she didn't hear Shanny and Jason rambling. So I'll keep using my AirPods because I guess it's more peaceful for her and it keeps her more relaxed if she's only hearing me talking. So that helped out. I have to build her some sort of like wooden pedestal to put a dog bed in and put it in this spot because having my high top kitchen chairs up here is an eyesore for me and it takes up too much space. But eventually I'm going to build her some sort of wooden pedestal, put a dog bed in it, and then she'll be able to sleep right here next to me without having my goddamn 2 kitchen chairs up here for her. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate everyone's support. I will be streaming sometime tomorrow. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments under this stream if you're watching the replay. Thank you, everyone. We will see you tomorrow. I think Phil said in the chat that he's going to be streaming tonight, so keep an eye out for that. Other people might go live. I'm sure Hussey might be live later, so if so, I'll see you guys there, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.